you can prepare and make the most out of Q2. Quarter two, which is so crazy. We're already done with the first part of the year. The first 90 days, the first 3 months, we're in a new season. Spring equinox just happened, and now we can set some new goals. If you are new here or if you've been around, you know how obsessed I am with the 12-week year. It's essentially acting like every single quarter is a new year to create momentum and urgency for you to prepare for the next quarter. And the book talks about how we can get more done in 12 weeks than most people do in 12 months because we are creating urgency around our goals. So, we're going to look at the next 90 days, quarter three, and we're going to focus on releasing quarter one, setting goals for quarter two, and how you can embody the most magnetic version of you. I'm going to be going over different journal prompts today, different action steps that are really going to help set you up for success for this quarter. And the really nice thing about this episode is you can listen to it every single quarter. So for quarter three, or even quarter four, or quarter one next year, the same principles are going to apply. We really want to look at two angles: what we can release and what we can install to set you up for success as you are going after your goals and your dreams and everything as a whole. So I want you to think about the last 90 days. Again, we want to focus on our gains, not the gap. So instead of focusing on like what you didn't achieve over the last 90 days, ask yourself, what did I achieve over the last 90 days? So from January 1st up until today, what did you achieve? What were some of your successes, your accomplishments? What are some things that you really want to focus on as you're moving forward? Those healthy habits, those routines that really gave you a lot of success, really focusing on what is working so that way you can carry that over to this next quarter. And when we are thinking about creating space for our goals in quarter two, I want you to think about entering a video game. So, as you are entering this video game, you can program your avatar. So, I have been playing Harry Potter Legacy, and at the very beginning, you get to literally program your avatar. You program what their hair color is, what they look like. You can even add cute little freckles. So, then we're also going to program how you see the world. So when you're playing a video game and you're like programming whatever, you can actually like select, do you want it to be easy mode when you're like battling the bosses? Do you want it to be medium mode or hard mode? You can literally program that in the beginning. So when you are playing this game called life, literally it's called a game called life, you can program yourself, who do you want to be? Okay. So who do you want to be for the next 90 days? Do you want to be someone who easily and naturally achieves her goals? Do you want to be someone that's like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. This is so stressful, like victim mentality? No, you are going to program yourself to be the boss, the slayer, the one that's going to achieve every single goal that you have set for you. Unfortunately, we let fear dictate our goals. Oh, well, I don't want to achieve too many goals. I don't want to set my goals too high and get disappointed. So we don't really set ambitious goals, and then we don't have a lot of momentum, a lot of motivation. So the more ambition your goals are, the more ambitious you are, the easier it is for you to achieve your goals. Because when you set goals that are really out of reach, you have to become basically a whole new version of you. And with April 1st just around the corner, you can literally program your mind and brain to the habits, the routines, the action steps of the version of you who is programmed to win. So, going back to the video game analogy, when you think about your goals, when you really think about your goals, what kind of beliefs do you need to have? It's easy or is it difficult? Do you need to have beliefs that you can do it, or do you have beliefs that it's hard and overwhelming and draining? Do you have beliefs that it's going to take a long time or that it's just around the corner? So then that's like the first thing, the beliefs. Second thing is the habits. What are some healthy habits you need to install in this like video game avatar that's going to allow your goals to be super easy? If you are a YouTuber and you're creating content, you probably want to have the beliefs and the habits that creating content is really fun, creating content is really easy. I love creating content more, 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 versus the feelings of it's a chore, I hate it, it's not fun, I don't want to do this, XYZ. You get to decide how you show up for your goals. Okay, so the first journal prompt is what worked well for you in quarter one, both financially and energetically. So, what were things that worked in your favor when you think about your goals financially and energetically? So, you can pause, you can journal this, you can write it down to journal about it later. All right, maybe you made more money. Maybe you saved more money. Maybe you actually bought things for yourself and you didn't feel guilty for it. Maybe you booked that trip, that dream vacation that you've been dying to book, and you finally put the deposit down. So the first journal prompt is what worked for me in quarter one, both financially and energetically. So energetically have you been doing your daily EFT tapping habits? Have you been releasing the fear? Have you been regulating your nervous system? What have you been doing energetically that's really in alignment with your goals? Okay, question number two, journal prompt number two. What patterns, beliefs, or strategies am I ready to release before stepping into quarter two? Okay, so this is really what do we need to release? What do we need to leave in the first quarter of the year, the first 90 days? Okay, so what patterns are you waking up and scrolling your phone in the morning when you should be getting up and meditating or tapping or working out? What are you doing that's like, oh, that's a pattern I need to break? Okay, what beliefs have you been holding on to that you really are ready to set free? Do you have the belief that it works for everyone else but not you? Okay, we are done with that belief. We are setting it free. Or do you have the belief that it works for everyone and it never works for you? Or are you holding the belief that it has to take years and years and years for you to hold your goals? What are some beliefs that we can release? Okay, so the next thing you're going to ask yourself is what is a strategy that I can release? Okay, so let's say you're a content creator, let's say you're an entrepreneur. What are some strategies that are not working? Have you been doing the like old advice of post 3 times a day and you're going to go viral, and then you're posting and you're feeling burnt out and you're like, what is the point? Right? Quality over quantity. Or you've been working on your strategy for weight loss and you've been restricting, 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 and then Saturday rolls around and you're binging because you feel like you have no self control over your diet. So, what are some strategies that we're like, we're done, we're gonna release them, we're not gonna take them along into the next quarter? So, that is the second journal prompt. The third journal prompt that you're gonna journal, reflect on is if quarter two was the most aligned, most abundant quarter of my life, what would you prioritize daily? If you knew the next 90 days, so from April 1st to July 1st, if you knew that was going to be the most transformative time in your life, what would you prioritize daily? You probably prioritize like getting enough sleep, getting enough water, maybe doing some exercise, some movement, maybe some tapping, some meditating, maybe networking, maybe reaching out to the right people, maybe actually taking action steps on your goals instead of pushing them off and refusing to take those action. So those are the three journal prompts, and I'll put them after I hit live. I'll put those three journal prompts in the description so you can come back and copy those. So now that we've done some journaling, we've done some reflecting, we're like, all right, we're just going to release quarter one. We're going to step into quarter two. We're going to program our avatar. We're really going to set ourselves up for success. Here are 3 action steps that you can start today to really set you up for success. So the first one is we're going to audit and celebrate. So write down your big wins, big and small wins from quarter one. Brain dump all of your wins that you've had from the last 90 days. This can be as small as I woke up and I didn't go on my phone to scroll on social media for hours on end. So identify what are your big wins, what are your small wins from the last 90 days. Write them all down. Write them all down so you can see pen to paper your successes, and then celebrate them. And when we celebrate our wins, big and small, we are training our nervous system for what to handle, the success that we can handle. When we celebrate the wins, big and small, we're telling our brain more, 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 because we're creating that natural dopamine internal. And so the brain just wants more, feels good. Ooh, more, please, more, please. So now your brain's filtering is going to filter for more opportunities to have wins. It's going to find more ways for you to have wins. Okay, action step number 3. We're going to refine your vision. So I want you to map out your quarter 2 vision, and you can map it out under wealth, health, relationship, joy, career, business, and make 1 or 2 goals per category. So, what are your money goals for the next 90 days? Do you want to save? Do you want to invest? Do you want to spend? Do you want to receive more? Okay, what are your health goals for the next 90 days? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to prioritize eating more nutritional food? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to move more? Do you want to hydrate more? What are your goals for your health? Relationships. Do you want to spend more time with friends, with family, or loved ones? Which one are you really needing to nurture, and which one are you needing to take a step back? How can you prioritize more joy in your life? Where can you find more opportunities for joy, happiness, and that feeling of oneness with your vision? The last category is your career and business. How can you pour into your career and business in a way that's going to feel fulfilling, that's going to give you the best ROI? Instead of waking up feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, and really hating the way you make money, we've been given the gift of finding your passions and nurturing them. How can you do that? So, the last action step that you're going to take to prepare for quarter 2 is you're going to write down what you're releasing on a piece of paper. So, write down what you're releasing, maybe any old patterns, beliefs, habits, or even strategies that are not serving you. You're going to write them all down on a piece of paper. And then you can burn it, you can shred it, you can bury it, whatever you need to really release that so you can step into quarter 2 feeling aligned and magnetic. So when you are writing down what you're releasing, you're sending a signal to your subconscious mind that I don't need that it doesn't serve me, and you're making room for something better, something more aligned, and something more connected. So whenever we're releasing, sometimes we get afraid, like, oh my gosh, I'm setting it free. What does that mean? And all it means is that you're creating space for something new, something more exciting, and something more aligned to come in. So quarter 2 is here, quarter 1 is done. Those were the 3 journal prompts, 3 action steps that are going to help you set yourself up for success as you are embarking on the next quarter. Remember, every single day is a blank slate, is a blank piece of paper. So every single morning you can ask yourself, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up? What are my habits? What are my beliefs? What are my strategies that I know will allow me to hit my goals, allow me to get those milestones, those dreams, those forward momentum, and those needle movers. So, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. I'm so excited to hear all your wins from quarter 1 to quarter 2. So, if you are feeling so brave, let me know on Instagram or the comment section below. What are your wins from quarter 1 that you are ready to celebrate? And what are your goals for quarter 2? And I will catch everyone in next week's episode. Bye, everyone.